Hey everybody, Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3 has begun. This is a 99% Clairvoyant reading. If you are watching this live, hello, please announce yourself when you come into the program. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my channel and please like the videos and please comment on the videos, because when you comment and like and subscribe to the channel, well, guess what happens? YouTube will actually, with their algorithms, will actually send Coaching for the Soul around the planet to other people who need a little bit more Coaching for the Soul. Hello, Alexis. So yes, if you are watching this live, I will hope, hello, Allison Strange. I will hope that you will go over, once I post it on my YouTube channel, at Bill Hobart, you will do what I just asked. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, like it, like the other ones too. Put a little comment on there, even if it's just hi Bill, okay? I think one of the videos, we got almost 700 views. My biggest one yet. So, Allison just got back from the big state of Texas. I can't imagine having to go to Texas, but that's pretty good. Hey, Kathy. Hi, Jennifer J. Bell. How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, so today's a pretty good energy day. Gonna talk about a bunch of cool stuff, I think. Yes. So, yeah. Hello, Veronica. How are you? Are you in Spain? I hope you're well. Hope all you guys are good. Yes. Hope your apartment turned out good. Yes. So, people are popping on here, so that's awesome. It's kind of a cool day in Detroit today, about 55 degrees, but partly sunny, so that's okay too. So, yeah. Hi, Rhonda. Rhonda, I have a violet flame healing meditation, which is pretty beautiful if you'd like it. Hey, Carol, how's it going? I'm okay. Hi, Kelly Murray. Yeah, Veronica, I'm good. Yeah, going to be here through the fall, I think. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, we're going to talk about some emotional stuff, you know, from the Mercury retrograde. Okay, yeah, Rhonda. Rhonda, we should have a conversation sometime. Just call me, or maybe I'll call you, either on Instagram, on Facebook Messenger thing or whatever. Yeah, but we should have a conversation. Hi, Candy. Bailey's okay. He had a setback today, so we got some more medicine coming from the vet, we think. So yeah, Nancy, I adore you, and I was so glad to see you on the weekend. Yes, it was a good time. I did Saginaw last weekend, and it was pretty great. Yeah. The one thing psychic fairs do for me is they build my confidence and my positive image of myself, because people waited for up to 2 hours to see me on Saturday, and that to me is just, it makes me feel so good that they connect so deeply with me. So it's pretty good. Okay, so. Okay, I think we're going to start. So today I'm going to start with, the Spirit gave me this morning. I was having conversations with my guides, and again, I've talked about Mercury retrograde that just ended on October the 2nd, and it's already been, 11 days, which this month is flying by again, that quantum leap energy, right? It gave me what they call, and I guess I buy into now, the emotional sting. Okay, the stinging effect of, that was a real traumatic experience for me. The emotional things that I went through during the last Mercury retrograde would have been building since the last one in the summer. A lot of us went through really heavy, hairy, crazy energy in this Mercury retrograde. And it's just like having a relationship that you are in love, like you have a partner, a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, a wife, husband, and you break up. That's emotional sting. Hi, Sue. How's it going? Thank you for joining. So that's kind of like what Mercury retrograde is in the process of doing for everybody every time it happens, especially in 2022. It was intense. And again, I've talked about the fact that it's because we're so far behind in energy that it's trying to do all the things we didn't do in 20 and 21. We'll try to play catch up. And for a lot of people, it's been excruciatingly painful. Emotionally, not physically sometimes, but mostly it's emotional. So when Spirit talks about emotional sting, it is remembering how you felt, remembering how grateful you are to have come out of it in one piece, okay? Pieces, you've lost pieces, but those pieces have been replaced, okay? And there's chimes, right? You guys are hearing the chimes. Hey, Pat, because the energy in my house is crazy right now. So it's good. But he wants me to go deeper. He wants me to explain things that I've explained before, but because it's so close to Mercury retrograde, that he wants to re-emphasize it, okay? And that is taking care of yourself, okay? Understanding that that the way that you are today is because you were programmed that way, all right? As we go through these shifts of energy into higher fourth dimension and into 5D by 2025, okay? That we have to do a better job of taking care of ourselves. And that's not just doing a daily guided meditation, let's say from Steve Noble, or doing 1 or 2 deep cleansing meditations from Steve Noble a week. Don't do them every day, because if you do the cleansing meditations every day, your body does not have a chance to recoup itself. Those meditations take energy off your body and out of the inside of your body. So if you do them every night before you go to bed, please don't. Or if you do them every day at noon, please don't. If you're not giving your body enough time, hey Doris, giving yourself enough time to recalibrate itself, okay? Because it's just like being in, hey Paula, it's about being sick, he says. Being sick and not eating properly. You have to feed yourself. Hi Heidi. You have to feed yourself to get back to par, okay? And that's what you need to understand if you're doing Steve Noble guided meditations. Please don't do them every single day unless they're clearing meditations, okay? The clearing meditations, which are 11 to 13 minutes bonus, they're fine. Do them every day if you possibly can. Because I did one this morning. I woke up this morning tired and irritable and things like that. And I knew that I had to do them. And so I did the latest one. I've been doing it for about 2-3 weeks. It's bonus. And then I did the Violet Flame healing meditation right after from somebody else. And those are my 2 that I combined together for self-care, okay? He also wants to re-emphasize that beating yourself up does you no good, okay? And I'm going to go over this again because he keeps saying that we have to remind people. Talking to yourself in third person, okay, is when you're talking to your soul, and your soul is your spine, where all your chakras are at and all your nerve endings are at. How can I put this? Redevoting your energy, hey Karen, redevoting your focus onto something that matters, okay? And that's important, is to understand that when you call yourself out in third person, your spine usually will go right straight up because it knows you're talking to me. Hey Jody, all right? So Bill, stop, you're not that person anymore. Bill, stop, that's not true. You're not that person anymore. You have to continually remind yourself. Hey Jody, we have to. Just like telling ourselves we love ourselves 5 to 10 times a day. We have to do those positive affirmations every day, you guys, because who else is going to do them for us? No one. If you're expecting someone to give those to you, you're going to be dry inside. Your pitcher, P-T-I-C-H-E-R, that is in your chest, that is your emotional center, is going to be drained because most of us are giving all the time. We're loving all the time. So we have to replenish that ourselves. All right? Hey, Adrian. So again, talking in third person when we're kind of spiraling out of control, we don't understand why, or if you're in a spot where you can't get out of it, okay, then okay, sit with it. Do your meditations. Have a nap. Stay away from people if you possibly can, right? Ask Archangel Gabriel or Archangel Raphael for some divine healing, right? And that's not that hard to do. Just invoke him, Archangel Raphael. I'm asking for divine healing on clearing my body of all that is not mine. Things like that. Hey, Haley, okay? Because we're going into and continue to go into this transformational process, and it's emotional transformation, guys. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not, because it is. Because emotional transformation is tied to our spirituality, okay? Little by little by little, we pull away from our negative ego, which is attached to our heart, right? And as we call it out, like we know we have to, right? Ego, that's not true, that's a lie. Hey, Dina, that's not true, ego, that's a lie. We can combat the voice in our head, because you don't want to have a conversation in your head. You want to have it out loud with yourself, that you can hear yourself think. But they're all tied together in a vicious circle, okay? And coming out of that Mercury retrograde, which was so difficult for most people, we're still wounded. We truly are. I am. I know that for a fact. I mean, I've never felt so high energy, but not sure in a long time. But why that is because the next catapult is coming for all of us, okay? The next awesome journey, the next moving into the next part of our lives. All right, Veronica, I love you, honey. Take care of yourself, okay? Tell everybody hello. Veronica's in Spain. That's where she lives. So those are things that we have to do for ourselves to make sure that we continue and get ready for the next journey forward. Because I'm telling you, 2023 is going to be intense, okay? From what Spirit has told me, is going to be more learning, higher level of connected abilities. More and more people make the switch, okay? Making the switch to higher dimensional energy. All of a sudden, their left side of their brain their head starts to tingle, okay? They start to get the chills up your neck, up your head. You know, you start to get the tingles up here on the top of your head. Your crown chakra opens, things like that, okay? More and more people are getting to that. And after this last Mercury retrograde, there's another one on December 29th that goes to the 17th of January, 2023 in Capricorn. So am I apprehensive about that? I'm thinking about it, but not thinking about it, right? Because the last one was really tough. The one before that was tough, but this last one was really tough. So we're all going to go through it because Mercury is the communication planet. And understanding, everyone, that the emotions you have in your heart, in your body, came from communications and nowhere else. They all came from somebody saying something to you, treating you a certain way, right? Treating you a certain way is by verbal or non-verbal, but by energy, because they didn't say anything, right? So it all has to do with communication. So and everyone has Capricorn in their chart, and it is the sign of structure, okay? The sign of structure. And so people's structure will start to be broken down, all right? Like this last one was in Virgo. They're steadfast, and Libra too, but mostly steadfast and strong, all right? So we're all preparing ourselves emotionally and physically, spiritually, for sure, into that next area of understanding that right now is all been downloaded. We just can't access it yet. So that's why, as we go forward, understand the sting. Spirit says, if it was a bad time in September, right, with anything, it can be emotionally with money, it can be with power, it can be relationships, it can be anything at all. Think about that. Go okay. How do I recalibrate myself? How do I love myself? How do I take care of myself? By giving yourself what you want. I will remind you, you're the most important person in your life. And if you don't believe that, you got to check yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, if you don't make yourself number one, then your children, your grandchildren, and then your spouse. Okay? If you don't have a spouse, then it's all about you and the kids. But you have to be first, right? And understanding, because those children need you to be as balanced as possible. They need you to be as structured or semi-structured as possible, giving them boundaries, but giving them love and attention. No yelling, no screaming, no spanking, okay? Just look them in the eyes. No frustration, Spirit says, because it's going to be a frustrating time as we go forward to 2023, especially with the election that's going on. And I'm going to do an election. I'm apprehensive, but Spirit keeps telling me I need to do a election video, probably do it tomorrow, post it tomorrow, I think. It might be pretty long, about what's coming up for the election on November the 8th. Spirit has given me this information, and I've only shared it with a few people. Even in 2020, did I? And he was right in 2020, and I believe he's going to be right for. They're all going to be right for 2022. I try to stay away from that deep dulge into there, but he keeps saying, "Bill, you got to do it." So I'm going to do that. So as we go forward and as we move through all these ups and downs and trying to understand who we are you the saver? Okay, do you try to save the family? Do you try to save brothers and sisters? Do you try to save friends? If you are a saver, then that's because you weren't saved as a child. And you have to look at that. Okay, you have to really look at it, because Spirit keeps telling me that people now need to look into themselves and try to understand, bring up things, he says. That's what Mercury retrograde does. It brings up stuff from your past that is all hidden, that you've tucked away inside your body. And hey, Paula, and whatever you are able to clear to Mercury retrograde, it goes back to the bottom of the pile. Not that it's going to fester, but it's just going to be there. For the last tinges of whatever's got to be taken care of, might rise to the surface next time because it's not as heavy, not as deep. So as those things come up, we really need to go, okay, why am I like this? All right? Why do I want to save my grandchildren? Why do I want to save my stepchildren? Why do I want to save my sister or whatever it might be? That's because no one saved you. Now, if you are not a saver, if you're a person who doesn't have any feelings for those around them, you have to look at that too, okay? Because we're in the age of Aquarius right now, and it's going to go for, I believe, till upper 5 into 60, all right? Being around a long time. It's about love, about loving ourselves, and understanding that those of us who are over 40 years old, okay, hi Michelle, okay, maybe say 40 years old and up, all right? We chose to be here in this lifetime to help the others, but also to clear our stuff, all right? To clear the energy that no longer serves us, to clear the thoughts that no longer serve us, right? To work on ourselves, to let things go, and when I say let things go, it doesn't mean it's going to go like that. It's not going to, guys. Understand that a lot of this deep cleansing is from past lives. Okay, you're going to repeat it until you get it. And if you look back 100 years, for me it would be, I'm 62. Go back 100 years from now. That is 1922. If anybody knows anything about American history, 1922. Hey, Paula D. We weren't who we are now. That's for sure. All the hardship, all the bad things, all of the things that just were all about work and disease and struggle and starvation and everything. Just think. And that's why we are here, 40 years old and up, is to clear those things, is to go, okay, who I am today is not what I am today. Who I am today is because of all my past lives, all those thousands of years that I was alive in struggle, right? In desperation, in times of war, in times of just trauma. And we have to recognize that and not pinpoint it, Spirit says, not pinpoint it at all. It's about recognizing it and documenting it. There's a lot of people who get a lot out of journaling. I talk into my iPad. Experiences that I had over Mercury retrograde in 2022, it's all in my iPad because I'm going to I'm in the process of writing, I have been since 2017, my autobiography, which I'll have it out, gosh knows when. He keeps telling me 2025. So we'll see, right? But understand that we have to document those things, not only so we don't relive them, but so that they are out there, out of our body, we can begin to heal ourselves and try to understand why we are the way that we are, right? Why is our throat chakra plugged? Why is it clogged? Because as you were a child, you were smothered. That's what parents did. They took away our power. And again, Mercury retrograde takes away our power. And Pluto retrograde, any retrograde takes away our power, okay? And when you had 6 planets that were in retrograde at the same time this summer, we were like powerless and trying to move forward and trying to understand, and it was not going to happen. Very few people had peace this summer, okay? So as we go forward and you learn throat chakra's blocked, right? Crown chakra's blocked, root chakra's blocked, heart chakra's blocked, right? Hang on. He just did a 360 right there. Solar plexus. He says most people's solar plexus is blocked, as well as their heart. And that's because we've covered our heart, because we don't want to have to relive that. We all have baggage. We all have things that we are carrying around that we need to slowly but surely let go of. Okay, that can be through talk therapy, that can be through guided meditation, that can be through readings with somebody like myself as a soul coach, element packages, all kinds of those things on the website, right? So it is, I know. He says, it is not about, it is not about beating yourself up. It is not about being so restrictive with yourself that you can't be free, or being down on yourself, or looking for too many answers. He says many, many times, human will look for answer after answer after answer, instead of letting the question go out to our guides. Spirit, you need to help me with this, right? Letting it set for a couple days, maybe a week or whatever. Do whatever we can do, keeping ourselves above water, keep us as balanced as we can be, right? Because the energy is so fluctuating right now, especially with the election that's coming up. Okay, so hey, Therese Parker, and so we have to do whatever we can. It's a balancing act, he says, which is true, and that's where daily short guided meditations that are clearing, that will clear that energy out of your chest, are good. We just have to take the 11 minutes to do it. Okay, have to take the 15 minutes to do it, preferably in the morning, so that your morning starts out good, right? That's what it's all about. I've actually listened to sometimes, I like to listen to them in the shower, okay? Because I don't have time to sit down and really focus on the things. But I'm blessed with the ability to do 2, 3, 4 things at the same time and still receive all of it. And so for me, I can be sudsing up and doing this and that, washing my hair, whatever. I can be listening to what he's saying, and I can actually block my vision and meditate. I can't drive a car, of course, but I would never do that. But yes, that's why it's so you want to get that in the morning, because that sets your day, that sets your energy. Because when we are sleeping, we're not connected to the vortex. We're not connected to the higher dimensions. We're just kind of hanging out. We're kind of chilling. And that's so we can recover from our day, all right? And that helps with our emotions and our heart. So when you feel the emotional sting, all right, I need you to remember what it's for. Remember what it was about. Remember. And that doesn't mean dwell on it. That doesn't mean put it in your heart and keep it there. No. It's about documenting it. Again, I talk into my iPad or my phone. Blah, 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 blah. Say, it's about just recognition and then letting it go, right? I even sometimes, when I'm going to do meditation in the morning, I will, because I'm either angry or tired, because I've been disconnected, because I don't sleep very well, and Bailey gets me up sometimes during the night, most nights, because he needs to be covered up, because he got out of his bed for some reason to eat or to get water or whatever. But there he is now. You heard his name. He's getting out of bed right now. So we can wake up tired and whatever. And it's about some mornings I'll think about why I might be angry, why I'm frustrated, why, and then I'll do my meditation, right? Because I want to know what that is if I possibly can. Some mornings I don't. Some mornings I'm great, right? We're in the vortex and everything's cool, everything's rocking and rolling, everything is in a good space, and other days it's not. And so we have to be prepared for those days when it's not, We definitely have to be prepared for days when it's not, because if we don't do that, what happens is we're going through a day like this, and that's not ebb and flow. That's bumpity. See, that's bumping into stuff that is not flowing like we're supposed to flow, because we have to flow. Our energy has to flow forward, right? It has to flow forward, because when we flow forward, we receive everything that we deserve, and that's going to be the next step. Okay, what do you deserve? What do you want? What you deserve. I believe I deserve everything. And I've told this story before, where I believe 11 or 12 years old, my mother said to me, Billy, why do you think you deserve? Why do you think you deserve everything that you want? Well, why wouldn't I deserve everything that I want? I don't understand. And I was the only child in my family who thought that way. Okay? I came that way. That's the way that I came to the world. Of course I can. I mean, I can't have that. Well, then I'll work hard to get it. Okay? Now we're in energy where if you work hard, you'll get it, but you don't have to work that hard. And as we move forward into new dimensional energy, you really don't have to work that hard. That will just bring it to you. Okay? It'll just happen. And experiences happen like that too. Things that happen in our months, in our years, are there because we signed the contract that said that's what's supposed to happen with us. See? So as we go forward, as we start to connect deeper with who we are, understand the emotional sting, okay? Understand it and forgive. I will tell you again, everybody, you have to forgive the people that hurt you. You have to. You got to forgive your mom, your dad. They did the best they could. Brother, sister, the best they could. The best they were put on the earth to do whatever they did to you. Unfortunately, again, I had a little problem with my older brother, right? He's a big guy, and I was not. Hey, Karen, how are you? And I was 5 years younger than him, and he didn't like me too well. And so he beat me around a little bit, you know. And so did my other brother. He did too, because again, I was that kid. But I signed up to be third of 3 boys, right? So when we look at that, we have to go, okay, what are the circumstances of that? I have to forgive, because they're miserable anyway, okay? They'll say that they're not, but they probably are, or they don't even pay attention to what they did to anyone in their past. So for us, we have to forgive them, and we have to forgive ourselves. That is very important too, right? You did exactly what you're supposed to do in this lifetime during the soul journey. And sometimes people will push back on that, okay? In readings or just in conversations with people that I have, right? Well, Bill, that seems kind of lame. I'm like, well, what is lame? Well, that you just think, no. We as a soul, when we're ready to come back to the planet and be human, we go to the three-person council, right? With our list of things we want to do. Yeah. We give them our number. They pull our contract out that God, the universe, the divine, has chosen for us this lifetime. And we go, that's our mom, that's our dad, that's our brothers, those are our sisters, blah, 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 blah. Aunt, uncles, whatever, right? That's my family I'm going to be with this lifetime. That's my dog, right? That's my fish. Yeah. Okay? And then we're so anxious to come back that we give them our list of what we want to do. You know, I'm going to do this lifetime. Okay, great, kid. We'll give you number 4. Awesome. And we come back to Earth. Okay? We signed the contract. Our soul signed the contract. Human came along for the ride. Understand that. This body came along for the journey. All the circumstances that happened to us, we came along. Why? To teach our soul. To teach our soul what it's like to be human. That's why it's here. It's here to find out what it's like to be human from another galaxy somewhere else in the universe. Right? We just didn't show up one day. So we're here for that human experience, which is a heartfelt experience, everybody. So we have to really understand that we have to key in on that we have to go, okay, I need to forgive. I need to forgive the people that hurt me. I need to forgive my parents, especially your parents, grandparents too. They had no idea how to lead from the heart. It's about hard work. It was about structure, or it was about nothing. There was no structure. You just kind of had a free-for-all. There's nobody in charge. That's even more dangerous, I think, sometimes. Okay? Spirit agrees with that he doesn't understand when souls come to the planet and do not take care of themselves, do not know how to take care of themselves. Because as we move forward, it's more and more apparent on how we do that, how we go into our emotional center. As I've said before, we're born with a big old heart. And our parents crush it. They have to. That's all they know how to do. By yelling, spanking, shaking, grabbing, bad energy, because that's what they were brought up with. They're just repeating how they were raised. And you might get one or two people in a family, maybe usually one, who is the odd duck, who does not do that and is ostracized by the family, chimes, or whatever. Exactly. Because they're the one who doesn't follow what mom and dad taught, us believing when we're children and young adults that they know what they're doing, and they don't. If they do, God bless them. I had a good mom for taking care of. I had a good dad for being my dad. Loving, somewhat understanding, didn't know how to deal with this gay little boy, but he was my dad. You know, he protected me. Very much so. And being able to look at that and go, okay, I see that. Okay, I get it. See? But we have to, Spirit says, dissect this lifetime. Because everything that we dissect this lifetime connects to prior lifetimes. All right? Okay? And that is going to be our agenda for 2023. Only, from what Spirit has told me, it's going to be much more of a open concept type of situation. It's going to be more enlightening. It's going to be more of, oh my God, I can't believe I can do that. As we become more clairvoyant, all right? Everyone on the planet will have some type of clairvoyancy. Hi, Laura. All right? By 2030. As we go through new energy, as we lighten up our human bodies, as we eat different food, as we drink different drinks, as we basically become more nature-oriented, with whole foods and things like that, because the other food no longer serves our body. Why? Because our body's shifting. And doctors are perplexed. I went to a new GI doctor today, and he's like, you're awfully fit to have your IBS and your colitis, you know. And usually it doesn't. He was just like, I can't believe how fit you are and how young you look and do you work out and blah blah blah. And I'm, well, hey Tracy, like I haven't in a year, you know. But he's perplexed in that. He's probably my age. And he says, yeah, more and more people are coming in with things going on with their digestive system. Well, that's because we're reverting back to getting away from processed foods, right? It's kind of weird, right? That we're actually up here and we're going backwards into more natural foods, less fat, less oils, less processed stuff. Yeah. Because our body works better that way. Less meat, things like that. Yeah. So that's all part of 2023 and beyond. And along with that, Spirit says, is our emotional health, is doing the best we possibly can to go with the flow, right? The ups and downs, the ebb and flow. Chimes. That's what it's about. If we have to sit inside of ourselves, sit inside of yourself if you can. If you can't, you got to make the best of it. But that's the best time for self-care. That's the best time to go, you know what? I need to do a meditation. I need to excuse myself. Can you please take care of the kids for an hour? Can you please? And if you have somebody like that, God bless you. That's awesome. If you don't, find a way to get yourself to do some type of guided meditation that will clear the energy off your body and out of the inside of your body so that you're lighter weight emotionally, because that's what it is. It's all emotional based. Especially with a world that is so negative and up and down and all around. That's exactly. Then we got our own stuff. Oh my gosh, inside, outside. It's like wow, and it only feels more impacted as we move forward into 2023. We lost a lot of energy this year for sure. A lot of people had amazing transformations, right? We take 5 or 6 or 8 steps forward and we take 2 back. We only remember the 2 back. We don't remember the 8 steps that we got this year that we went forward, because that's our negative ego. But we didn't stay. We got to be perfect. Perfect does not exist. I've had people say, Bill, I'm just not the perfect parent. I don't know anybody who's perfect at all. There's no such thing as perfect parent. You could have 2 children. Both of them need something different from you. Are you able to give that to them? Well, what kind of research are you doing? I mean, how do I deal with that? How do I make my children feel that I love them as much as I possibly can? Because that's what counts. That's what truly counts. It truly counts for everything that we do. It is absolutely all about the love that we push out to the world. And we're going to need to push out some more. But we're also going to have to take a piece of that and give it to ourselves. We have to, guys. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to do those 5 to 10 I love yous a day. Okay? Bill, I love you. And my mother called us honey. So sometimes I'll tag that honey on the end. And I call Bailey honey. And I call Lee honey. Right? I mean, that's just my sister does the same thing with her kids, with her child and her husband. It's just honey. I'll say, Bill, I love you, honey. I love you so much. You're so good at what you do. You've made such amazing progress, Bill. I truly love you. Well, that's more than one I love you. But guess what? I'm willing to do that for myself because I need to. Lee doesn't know what I do for a living. He has no idea what I do. The dog can't tell me. My friends certainly can't, meaning my close friends that I've known for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. See? You all can, which I love, right? And I do the same thing as much as I can with you guys. So that's what it's all about, is being conscious enough to give those to ourselves, right? I have to leave myself notes on things, right? I have to. Before I go to bed, I will leave on my sink, in my bathroom. So when I wake up in the morning to use the bathroom, I'm like, oh, it's on there. I love you, Bill. Because that's the first thing I need to hear in the morning from myself. Not that Spirit doesn't say that, because they do. You know, they'll say, good job, Bill. You know, love to you, whatever. I'm like, well, that's kind of cool that they can say that to me. But I need somebody who's human to say that to me, and that's me. Okay? So leave yourself little things that remind you to meditate, that remind you to say, I love you, to remind you, hey, Carol, how's it going? How are you? To remind yourself. Yeah. Because if you're expecting your brain, yourself, to remind yourself when everything's coming at it like a freaking asteroid field, it ain't going to happen. All you're trying to do is survive the asteroid field. So sometimes you have to leave yourself little notes. All right, and whatever you can do to get yourself in a place of balance for an hour a day, 2 hours a day, because it grows and grows and grows and grows. In fact, I sent some people meditations today that Spirit had been telling me to send to them. I've been so busy and just crazy this week that I sent them this morning, because he's like, no, they need to do those things because so many people are so wrapped up in fear, and that attacks their heart. It's directly attached to here. Well, what about this? Well, what about this? What about this? You can't think about that, although we do. And that's one thing that I want to make sure that everyone understands. Okay? Number one, you're not perfect. Number two, it's a struggle. It is a struggle, and it doesn't matter what anybody says to you or what anybody tells you. That matter if it's a video, if it's Coaching for the Soul, if it's Abraham Hicks, if it's all the other people that are on YouTube and stuff like that, which I dearly love. Hey, Shelly, okay? Because they have some great information at the right place, right time. Transformation sucks. It truly sucks. But we signed up for it. For a human, it sucks until we get out of it and the emotional sting wanes. Because it will. It will. Do I expect this to last through Christmas? I hope not. I don't believe it will. But then here comes another one. But I think I'll be more prepared for that, as all of us will be, because 2022 has been a bitch. It's been a bitch this year. Okay? And we'll be ready for that also. Okay? As more and more planets go station direct, and then they move forward, bingo, it's going to be fine. By the end of the year, it's going to be okay. We're going to be good. We're going to be humping and pumping. It's going to be, all the energy is going to be moving forward, things like that. We just have to get engaged in that energy. And in a positive sense, as we've worked on ourselves, as we've given ourselves enlightenment, as we have taken the time to find ourselves in a balanced place, as we in North America, okay, in Metro Detroit and in the northern states go into winter, okay? And I have people who watch in the southern hemisphere. Guess what? You get spring and summer, and God bless you. The southern states of the United States, you're warmer than we are, let's just say, right? So as we go into our cocoon stage, into our houses and things like that, make sure you're taking the time to protect yourself. Make sure that you're taking your time to do what you have to do to cleanse your environment, right? Purge stuff. I'm telling you guys, get stuff out of your house. The stuff in your basement, the stuff in your closet that doesn't mean anything, it truly doesn't mean anything, guys. It really doesn't mean anything at all. Take it to Salvation Army. Take it to St. Vincent de Paul. Take it to Goodwill. Take it to the city dump. Put it out in front of your house. Whatever. all right? If it's furniture, if it's clothing, if it's towels, if it's sheets, if it's anything, just absolutely. Well, Michelle, you can have my season and I'll take yours. She's in Florida. Although with the hurricane, I don't know. But yeah, we have to continue to purge our stuff. We have to continue to purge the stuff that has old energy in it. You saw the video about me, or you saw the picture of the chair that I threw away on October the 2nd, okay? Came out of nowhere with that. I thought that was all done. Well, Spirit said, conclusion, okay. Through the piece of furniture that's been in my life for 55, 57 years, that my mom rocked me in when I had kidney disease for so long in the hospital to put me to sleep, right? Never even thought about it. I just had good sentimental thoughts about the chair because I love the way it creaked and it made me feel comfortable. Well, there's a lot of hurtful, negative energy in that chair, which I never even thought about, guys. I never thought about it. Yeah. So I pitched it in the dumpster. Yay. And I'm constantly purging things in the house. Because it has energy. I've been here for 12 years, going on 13, and it's time for it to go. I'm thinking about some of the plants need to go. Maybe time to get some of the plants out and give them away. Yeah, I don't know. But that's what we have to keep thinking of is, okay, how can I cleanse my environment? And it's not even cleansing us with dirt. It's about energy. Okay, a lot of people will smudge and things like that. That's phenomenal. But every piece of clothing you have that you haven't worn in a year has energy in it, good or bad. Because you don't know what happened when you had that shirt on, that top on, that blouse on, those pants on. You don't remember what may have happened. Something happened at work, maybe with your children, maybe with your partner. See? And all that energy that's in your body is oozing out of your body onto your clothing. Even if you wash it, it's still there. So purging is important as we go into 2023, all right? And understanding more and more that the lighter we are in body, the lighter we will be in our environment. Chimes. Because it goes together like this. Completely goes together, okay? So that's a lot to think about. That's a lot to talk about. Let me see if there's anything else he wants to say or go to. But that was the main theme for today. Let me see. I think it's all. I think that's enough. I'm doing the psychic fair in Jackson this weekend. If anybody wants to come over there, 9 to 6, Saturday and Sunday. Last week's psychic fair was pretty good. I saw a lot of people, and it was pretty awesome. Met some amazing new people. My gosh, it was a coaching for the soul weekend for sure. I mean, coached so many people on what they need to do to get out of their space. Oh, Sue, that's right, you're new. So the chimes, I have solar chimes on my coffee table in my living room, and they're connected to my guides. So when the energy in my house is really good, as I'm channeling, my guides will ring the chimes louder for something that's really impactful. You go, yes, kind of like a cheering section. So quiet now, right? But if you listen to this back on YouTube, you'll hear cling, 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 cling at certain points when I'm speaking, because there you go, say, it's the energy in my house. And then I know they just confirmed that that's what that is for you, Sue. So yeah. I forget sometimes when new people join, or even when I'm doing readings on FaceTime and things like that for the first time, I'll forget to tell them about the chimes, and I'll call the chimes, like, oh God, chimes. And I'll get, oh my gosh, I forgot to say something about the chimes. So that's what that is, confirmation. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I bought them at Jacobson's in like the 90s, and just because I like the sound of them. And and little by little, it is totally like, they totally engulf them to give not only to clean the energy of my house, but also when the energy is really high, confirmation. I got to be sitting in the chair, and it'll be dark in the house, have one light on, and I'll be thinking about something or talking to Spirit out loud, and I'll hear a cling, 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 and Leah'll be like, he's out there talking to Spirit again when he's in bed. So yeah, that's kind of how my life works, how I roll. So Jackson this weekend, doing readings all next week, doing readings tomorrow if anybody wants one. We've got some information about full moons and astrological stuff and what's going on with your life. They can tell you. I'll be the channel, BillHobart.com. And if you like the way I do this, if you like the Coaching for the Soul theme, check out element packages on my BillHobart.com page. That you get a certain amount of time with me every month for a certain amount of money. You get 13 months for a 12-month payment. It's definitely worth it. Up to an hour reading every month for, I mean, gosh, I think it comes out to be like $47 a reading, which is pretty good. When it's going $125 at the moment, it's going up to $150, I believe, by the end of the year. Okay, because I keep guided to raise the price. And I don't know why that is, but they keep saying you need it. You need to. It's got something to do with my future, right? And you know me, guys. I'm gonna follow and do exactly what they tell me to do. So element packages are there. Yeah. Check out my YouTube channel at Bill Hobart. Like the videos. In fact, someone, one of my old videos showed up on his feed, and he checked it out from 2019, I think it was. They checked it out and let me know that they left a comment. And so, yes, awesome. So head on over after I post this to BillHobart.com if you would, please. I will ask you again to do that. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to my channel. Please share the videos if you would. Because again, on your Facebook page, if you wouldn't mind doing that, there's a lot of people who don't know that I exist, but yet they do know that I exist. It's kind of weird. But like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment on the videos, please. And if you need anything, guys, you know I'm always available, 248-310-7689. I don't want anybody to feel like they're by themselves, okay? You can also do 50-minute readings or $55. That price is not going to change. If you just have one or two questions you want to have answered and you want to talk to me, all right? And please, if you're going to send me a text, not after 7 o'clock, okay? Not on Sundays unless you need me desperately bad. I'm always around, though, so I want to make sure that no one feels like they're left in the lurch, all right? But after 7's tough, because I usually shut down about 6:30, 6:45 after I've made dinner for us, and we've had dinner, and Bailey's getting ready to settle down, and my house is kind of peaceful for a little bit of a time, so you know, till morning. Thank you, Sue. Sue said this weekend really helped, and I appreciate that. Spirit loves to help people. My Tower of Guides absolutely loves to help people. In fact, this morning Spirit says, you know, Bill, we're here to help humanity. I said, well, yeah, I know that. To help people. I said, well, I know that. So let's get going. You know, let's get out of Detroit. Let's get to Maui. Let's get this, you know, get the party started. He says, it's coming. I'm like, I've heard that for a while, but I get the whole humanity thing. I understand. Because like I said, this weekend I did Coaching for the Soul readings. And that's something that I may change the narrative to. I don't know what we're gonna do. But they'll tell me when they are ready. So namaste, everybody. I love you very, very much. Send love to the world. Love yourself, right? Tell yourself I love you 5 to 10 times a day or more. And I'll see you next Thursday. Oh, also, I'm going to stop that. I'm doing daily videos now. So please, when you go to subscribe to the channel, if you haven't already, or if you already have, go and hit the bell. So you get notified every time I put a video out, because I've been guided to do a daily video every day. I don't know about Sunday, but every day. I don't know about weekends when I'm doing psychic fairs, but anyway, yeah, do that. Again, that helps the algorithms for people to see the videos around the world. But yeah, I appreciate everybody. Take care of yourselves, and if you need me, I'm always there.